So, well, a lot of scientists and atheists and secular humanists and stuff like that um, say that Christianity is child abuse. It's, I think it's mainly in the way that the message is delivered to children. You like, you say to a small child, like 4, 5, 6 years old, you say that that child is going to hell to their face. A child is scared into believing. I mean, he's frightened. He feels like, and then you chastise him for all his beliefs already. Oh well, that's if you don't believe it, then you might as well go live with the dummies. Well, I think that's the other way around. If you want to believe it, then you might as well go live with people who believe stupid shit. You know, it's just how I feel about that. And then you would call me an atheist, and I've had these discussions in post forums and stuff like that. They say, "Oh, well, you're atheists and blah blah blah, this and that." Well, I just said I never claimed to be an atheist. That's why I always say you Christians, creatards. It's not that I don't believe in a God or something like that. It's just that whatever belief I hold, I just don't hold it to be true, and it's not important. Zen Master Dogen from 16th century Japan talked to this crazy, demented regent. The regent's like a mayor or like a senator or something like that. But he pushed the law with an iron fist, and when people didn't obey the law, he cut their heads off. Even the smallest infractions, and um, people talking bad about his beliefs had their heads cut off. You just really stupid shit. Well, they haunted him at night. These visions. He would have visions of the people that he killed, and so his friend begs this Zen master Dogen to come and help his friend. So he goes and talks to him, and guy tells him his story, and Dogen says, "Look, man." He's like, "You created all this for yourself because you cling to your position of power. You cling to what you believe is true. You hold it, you grasp onto it, and to the point where you're violent with other people. And whatever gods or demons you have are ultimately your own, your own perception. And you created that for yourself. You just gotta let go of that, because you chose to believe that you are important somehow. You know, I'm not an atheist in that smallest sense that I'm kind of a Buddhist, but I don't do any of the rituals. You know, instead of meditating, I think. The opposite direction. But I like to think about things that make sense. You know, I thought about God for years. I thought about all those Christian things. I grew up going to church. I went to a little church when I was a kid for years. It was actually a pretty nice sized church. It's called the Church of the Cross on 26th Street in a little crappy town called Bradenton. Um, and I've been to a lot of churches. We've gone through pretty much all of the denominations of Christianity, been accepted as an honorary Jew. Practiced Zen meditation, done all that stuff, tried to go through it and see what it was all about. And, I was exposed to Alan Watts at a very young age. So, that also molded my my thinking processes, if you will. But it's still kind of, you know, it's crazy that you would tell a child that they were going to hell. I wouldn't do that. She said you're supposed to spread the message with love. Oh, but like a good parent, you smack a child on the butt when when they don't want to listen, and that's what hell is for. No, that's not what hell is for. According to the Buddhists, hell is a very personal place, and everybody goes there in order to have um, their ego stripped away. The things that they cling on to in life, the things that make up their character and their personality and all that stuff, their condition is stripped away. Life is a condition. We can call it a disease. A disease is a little different from a condition. You could have a mental condition, but it might not necessarily be pathological. So, you know, but a virus is also a condition, and it can kill you. Well, I don't think Christianity can kill you, but it definitely leads to murder in some cases. And I can say that about most of the Middle Eastern religions. It's not that Buddhists are innocent, but you can't really blame a few individuals on the whole crowd. However, telling a child that they're going to hell is absolutely psychological abuse. Now, somebody had said to me that, the CPS, Child Protective Services, has a different version of, or HRS, whatever, has a different version of what child abuse is. What they consider child abuse. And I was like, well, psychological child abuse is hard to prove. Because you delude a child into thinking that they could be happy with a message like that. But it starts with fucking fear and prodding, and until they believe it, they're afraid. There's no reason to believe anything. There's no reason to like accept anything as being true. There's no reason to claim that you know something about anything because it was forced into your head. As a small child, you didn't see your parents abusing you that way. And then once they convinced you it was true through forceful means, through scare tactics and all those things, they take you to these functions, these big church functions. They send you to church schools, and it's disgusting, that you would rob somebody of their intellectual capacity. It's just, with force. That's it. Like it's not free will to choose. You can't choose something if there's like a plan, or if there's if there's an ultimatum. There's no such thing as free will. I said to somebody else, I'd say, I said this to somebody. I said, heaven and hell are a system of like punishment and reward systems for different people. You could see heaven as being a punishment, and hell as being a reward for some people. A masochist in hell would have a whole shitload of fun. I would have to say so would a sadist. That's just, you guys are fucking insane, man. Drop the whole idea. Just let the past be the past. But that's all I gotta say. So, have a good one.